Hey guys, Everything Comics here. This is your host, Andre Sepulveda. Now, instead of doing a nice haul for you guys, I wanted to do something different. First off, I don't have enough books for a haul. I went very light last time I went, just for the fact lots of the books didn't even come in, and I'm trying to cut back some spending for other reasons. So, excuse me. I never really got to show you guys a lot of my collection, so I wanted to show you guys some of some of my most famous books in my collection. So, I believe I have a lot of good things here. I feel like lots of my videos are very DC focused, so lots of these are Marvel. So I want to try to keep this very Marvel based, but getting that said, I wanted to get the DC books out of the way to keep everything primarily Marvel. So, we're going to start off with my favorite run that I ever received. This was a birthday present for my 20th, 2 years ago. I got this from my stepfather. Nice, very fine run of Batman Death in the Family. Got issue 1. Here's 2. 3. And 4. These were all wall books in my room for some time, but then I decided to take them down. I wanted to make sure they stayed in pristine condition because they weren't framed or anything. They were just kind of taped up. So I took them down just to kind of keep them all safe. Then moving forward, we have this book doesn't even cost much at all, but it's from my favorite artist. We got Michael Turner, Justice League #0. Rest in peace, one of the greats. Oh my lord. I remember receiving that book and my jaw just dropped. Okay. Now, some very nice things. We got Todd McFarlane's Batman $4.23. Now this is a decent price book on the market. I think it's like a $30 book, but this one is I don't think you guys can see it, but this is definitely a reader's copy. It's very banged up. All the staples are holding together. There's a little spine roll. It's a little crinkled. Kind of looks like somebody used to put it in their back pocket. But you know what? I got it for $2 and I couldn't complain. Unfortunately, it is the second printing. It's not the first. But nonetheless, this is just a gorgeous book in my eyes. I love it. Now this one, if you guys know Alex the Comic Hoarder, he constantly shows this book on his channel. So this one goes out to Alex because he's the reason why I noticed this book out in the wild. We got Artgerm, Batgirl #12. This book is consistently on display in my room. I love this thing. There's a nice story behind this book. I was driving by. I was gonna I think I was going to Friendly's with a friend of mine. And I decided to go check out this comic shop that I constantly drove by but never had the time to stop. So I checked it out, and something told me just to go look at the Batgirls. And for some reason I did, and I was just kind of flicking through, and I found this, and it was mislabeled. They said that this was Batgirl #12, Volume 2. Now, if you pay attention, Volume 2, I think, is when Cassandra Cain is Batgirl, not Stephanie Brown. So this book, they sold it to me, thinking it was a wrong one, thinking it was a different issue. So they sold it to me for $3.25, 25 cents more than cover charge. So I looked at that, and the condition it's in, it's beautiful. It's definitely not a $3.25 book, no matter what way you look at it. So that's definitely one of my favorites. And if I sound under the weather, guys, I apologize. I just got over a stomach bug and I'm fighting off a sore throat. So I just wanted to pump out a video just to kind of lift my spirits a little. And this is my favorite DC book I have in my collection. I got Batman 24 The Proposal of Catwoman, The Proposal from Batman to Catwoman. This is a first printing, and I got this one signed by David Finch. And I guess the reason why it's one of my favorites is for the fact I brought it to Terrificon to get it signed by him. And when I was talking to him, I asked him what it was like to be part of the event of Batman proposing to Catwoman finally. And he's kind of took it as an honor. He says it didn't really set in till everybody saw all the hype behind it and was so happy about it. He kind of took it as he felt privileged to do it for DC, not the other way around. So he was very humble, and I really liked it. Just the story behind this book and the experience, it makes it one of my favorites in my collection. So there's pretty much that's it for the DCs. So we move on to the Marvels, and this is going to show some of the runs that I'm working on as well. So kicking off first, this was a wall book at my comic shop, but I got it for $5. We have Marvel Team Up Spider-Man and Daredevil, number 141. This is a nice $5 book. Got it for $5 just for the fact that the shape was a little rough. You can see there's like a little piece missing, some spine wear, but just to have a key book like this, I usually don't. Sometimes I won't really collect for high resale value. I'll just collect to have it. And I'm a college student right now, so I probably couldn't afford a very, very nice copy. So just to have a nice rubber sheet copy that I could at least look through and see, that's good enough for me. Okay. And then this is one of my favorite covers I have. We have X-23 Target X number 1. It's a nice cover to a nice little mini series that I read. Got this at Hartford Comic Con. Great book. And we have the Superior Spider-Man number 1. Man, I love this cover. I finished this whole series. This is my first Spider-Man series I ever finished. Alrighty. Then we have some Jim Lee action. This is also a run I'm working on. Just thought I'd show you guys some of my favorite covers. We have X-Men number 1. Jim Lee is a very, very talented man. We have number 2. I actually have 2 copies of this one, just for the fact that I love it so much. And we have issue number 3. Now, my favorite cover in this whole run that I have is issue number 11, primarily because of Wolverine and Cyclops. They're 2 of my favorite X-Men. So we have those. And continuing on with some X-Men love, another one of my favorites is Psylocke. And we have the Uncanny X-Men 509. This is a nice, pretty little book. It doesn't run too much. It's like a $10, $20 book. Really good condition. I got it for $3, so I was really happy with it. It was a wall book in my room for a little while, but got it primarily just for the cover. So there's that one. Nice little modern key that just came out not long ago, and definitely one of my favorite covers to date. Being a Spider-Man fan, or Spider-Gwen, we have Spider-Gwen number 24. So some of the people who may not know this is the first appearance of Gwenom. So this is a good book in my opinion. And that cover is just great. Some of these books are I just can't help but smile when I look at some of these. So this was one of the books that these are my treasure trove. I have a nice little section for my treasure trove comics here in my room, and these books are definitely in them. We have The Punisher's first series. There we go, by Mike Zeck, and if you guys know me, you know I'm a huge Mike Zeck fan. If you guys look behind me, that's a Mike Zeck print right there. Got his signature. It's a nice Punisher, Return to Big Nothing in the back. We got issue 3. Oops, there you go. 4. And 5. And what's interesting about this series, guys, is if you look closely, there's a misprint. Notice how it says number 1 in a 4-issue limited series? Okay. And then look at number 5, for example. Well, yeah. It says number 5 in a 5-issue limited series. So I always thought that was pretty interesting. There's a nice little misprint on those. I always like kind of little mishaps like that on comic books. I always thought they make them kind of cool and unique. So I do have a decent Avengers run. I have issues 300 through 333 and some miscellaneous issues bouncing around. So, like, the miscellaneous as in I'll have like a 342, 348, etc. that I'll find in dollar bins, which are cool. So, let's see. We have some of my favorite covers. This is an awesome one. Avengers 347. You know, I really like this negative tone Avengers cover. It's not something you see very often, and I thought this was just phenomenal. Alright, we got 314. I just like the white backdrop in this one. It's part of the reason why I chose it. White backdrop with the characters in the middle. Kind of sets it apart from every other comic I have. 300. And then this is definitely one of my favorite covers in my collection. 301. Just the colors and the contrast. You know, I just think it's phenomenal. I love Sue Storm right here. Got Thor, Cap, Mr. Fantastic. I just love the color contrast. I love the characters on this. I think it's almost as classic gets. Alrighty. And then into the main back issue series that I am collecting, we have The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, some of my favorite books that I have in this series. We have 250, 251. Let's see. First Silver Sable, we have 265. I always thought Silver Sable was a pretty cool character, so it's awesome to have her first appearance. We have 274. See, when it comes contrast, guys, contrast. I love this cover. All the different colors popping out. All of Spider-Man's friends and family and foes. You know, covers like that, all the different colors make it pop. Let's see, we got 256. First appearance of the Puma. It was a very underrated Spider-Man villain, and I really think they should bring him to shine a little bit more. And this is definitely one of my favorites. We have 227, featuring the Black Cat. I do love me some Black Cat. Now, this is a Marvel Milestone edition, and I will have the real thing one day, being a huge Punisher fan. You know, the Marvel Milestone 127, the Punisher. You know, I got this for maybe $1 or $2. And I got it just to fill in the number in the run since I can't afford right now the real thing. So, just a run filler for now until I get the real one day. That probably won't be for a very, very long time, but one day. Okay. Now down to the final, and my final two, saving the best for last. These are some of the wall books in my room. I'll be very careful. It's one of my first Spider-Man keys. I looked forever for this one. Finally got it at the price I wanted. We have the first appearance of the Black Suit. how much I love this book. I can't even describe it. When I got it in the mail so often ago, I can't even describe the feeling. I always saw this on the wall at the comic shops and in other people's videos. I couldn't ever get one or find one, and I got one at the price I loved. Alrighty. And then my favorite comic book in my whole collection, if there was one thing I was taking out of a fire, it'd be this. We have The Amazing Spider-Man 194, first appearance of the Black Cat. This is my favorite book. I just can't even. It's my favorite book because I swore to myself that I would find it in the wild. I would not go on eBay. You know, some books that just appear so much better to you once you find them in the wild, and you get that nice good feeling of satisfaction, which I did. And I couldn't argue with the price. At the moment, I wanted it right then and there, and I never regretted it since. So, those are my favorite Marvel books and slight DC books in my collection. Thank you for checking out my channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. Even if you don't, thank you for watching. And everybody else, have a good day. And before I leave, I want to do a quick couple shout-outs. Quick one to Escargot T80. Yes, Escargot T80. Very nice guy. Check out his channel, guys. And then let's see, we have Area 51. I love that guy's channel. Guy always has something different. If you guys love collectibles as well, check him out too. And then finally we have Don the Doctor. Check him out, guys. Very awesome guy, very supportive guy in the community. Always comments back, always pumps out a new video. Very deserving of all the likes and comments that he gets. So that's it today, guys. Oh, one last one. Check out Beauty High Comics, or I think it's Beauty Comics. New guy to the community. He's trying to get the word out there. It's very nice in the community. Check him out. Let's all be supportive of each other. Now, remember, be good to each other and collect it. Alright, guys. Take care.